What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing the final preview of the 2022-2023 season. It's the big one. It's finally here. Champions League final, baby. Ataturk Stadium, Istanbul, Turkey, in front of just under 75,000 fans. Over 20,000 Blues travelling to Istanbul to watch Manchester City, I hope, make history. It's Manchester City taking on Inter Milan to crown the European champions. The game's taking place on June 10th, 2023 with an 8 PM BST kickoff time. The game is live in the UK on BT Sport. The game is also being streamed live on their YouTube channel for free. Anyone that's heading over to Turkey, have a fantastic time. There is also going to be a live watch along on my channel. Link to that's already out if you want to go and set your reminders for that. Be going live at 6:30 PM BST on June 10th for that game. JSGC is going to be missing it. I've already explained that in another video on my channel if you want to go and check that out. But I'll be doing another live watch along on the 18th of June where I'm going to not know anything that happens in the Champions League final, so you can get my raw reaction to what I hope will be Manchester City making history. So before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe. Also, don't forget as well, social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Also, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. 300 likes is the aim. And also don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Finally, this video is sponsored and brought to you by BetMate, running a £500 pot. It's the final club pot of the season. You can go and download BetMate for free. The link is in the description. Normal rules do apply. You do have to be 18 or over and is only available to those in the UK. If you use code JSGC10 on sign up, you'll get £10 in free bets, and you can use them free bets to join this pot for free. We'll speak more about BetMate later in the video. So, Inter Milan and Manchester City are going to weigh up just how we got to this position and how we got to the Champions League final. So Inter Milan finished second in their group, Group C. Bayern Munich went through on 18 points, winning every single game in Group C before they were eventually knocked out in the quarterfinals by yours truly, Manchester City. Inter Milan finished second in Group C on 10 points. Barcelona went out into the Europa League in third place on 7 points, and Victoria Plzen were knocked out on 0 points. Manchester City, we were in Group G. We finished first, unbeaten, 14 points, dropped points in 2 games, both away from home against Copenhagen and against Dortmund. Dortmund finished second, Sevilla in third. They dropped down into the Europa League, and FC Copenhagen finished fourth. Ironically, Manchester City have only won one away match in the Champions League this season, and it was our first match in Spain against Sevilla. Now, in the last 16, Inter Milan, they beat FC Porto 1-0 at home in the first leg before drawing 0-0 away from home to send them through 1-0 on aggregate. Manchester City, we faced RB Leipzig. We drew 1-1 in Germany before winning 7-0 at home in the second leg to go through 8-1 on aggregate. Quarter-final time, and Manchester City got into the draw bracket along with Bayern Munich, who we faced in the quarter-finals. We went through thanks to a 3-0 victory at the Etihad Stadium before drawing 1-1 at the Allianz Arena to go through 4-1. The other tie was Real Madrid taking on Chelsea. Real Madrid went through. Manchester City faced Real Madrid in the semi-final. Manchester City drew away from home 1-1 at the Bernabeu before taking on Real Madrid at the Etihad and beating them by 4-0 to set up a match in Istanbul to take on Inter. Inter, they got drawn in the same bracket as Napoli, AC Milan and Benfica. They faced Benfica in the quarter-final. They beat them away from home in the first leg 2-0 before drawing at the San Siro at home 3-3 to go through 5-3 on aggregate. That set up a date then with them for an all-Milan derby clash in the away match, even though it's at the San Siro. Is it an away match? They won 2-0 Inter did before facing AC at home at the San Siro again and beating them 1-0 and going through 3-0 on aggregate to set up Manchester City against Inter Milan at the Ataturk Stadium in Istanbul. Manchester City, as I said, unbeaten in the Champions League this season. Inter, they're unbeaten since the group stage. Inter like to keep it tight. City like to attack. This is very much a game of attack versus defence, but who is going to come out on top? Now, Inter Milan, they're led by manager Simone Inzaghi. They've secured a top 4 spot in the Serie A and guaranteed Champions League football next season, regardless of what happens here. They also beat Fiorentina in the Coppa Italia final to lift the trophy there, so they've already had the taste of success and they'll want to build on that. But this is a massive statement to be sent out by Inter and by Italy because of how well their teams have done in Europe this season. Manchester City, though, we've already had our own success. We've won the Premier League. We've rested players over our final 2 Premier League games. Our squad is nice and fresh. I've filmed this game before the Manchester United game in the Manchester derby for the FA Cup final, so City may have tasted even more success by then. So it's either very much City on a massive high or Manchester City needing to bounce back and get over a disappointing cup final loss against United. I don't know which one has happened. Hopefully not the latter. So I'm suspecting Inter are going to line up with a pretty similar team to this, which will be Onana in goal, Darmian, Asibi and Bastoni as their back 3. Dumfries on the right-hand side, DeMarco on the left-hand side. They play a back 3 or a back 5 or wing backs, however you want to look at the formation. They'll then go with 3 in midfield, which I'm expecting to be Brozovic, Mkhitaryan and Kalangonglu. And then they'll start with 2 strikers up top, Lautaro Martinez and Edin Dzeko, former Manchester City man. Please, Edin, don't do this to us and score the winning goal that wins Inter Milan the Champions League against Manchester City, because that will hurt. So they've also got top quality players to look at on the bench. Barbea could be featuring, Lukaku, Correa, De Vries, Gosens. Plenty of options from the bench. Decent team, hard to break down, hard to beat. Going to be a very difficult game this, I suspect, for Manchester City. Now, for Manchester City, our team pretty much selects itself. I think the big question here is in terms of fitness, do we go with Ake or do we go with Kyle Walker? So I'm going to pop up my team prediction now. I'd go with Ederson in goal. I'd go with a back 3 made up of Walker on the right-hand side, Akanji on the left-hand side, and Ruben Diaz going through the middle. So I've gone with Walker ahead of Ake. I've gone with Stones and Rodri as our 2 holding midfielders. Gundogan and De Bruyne are further ahead of them. Bernardo Silva on the right wing, Jack Grealish on the left wing, and Erling Haaland starting up top. That's the team that got the job done against Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-final, second leg under intense pressure. It got the job done, and I'm confident with the same intensity it can get the job done here as well. But we also have other players that we can look at towards the bench. Ake, I've mentioned, Laporte, Mahrez, Foden, Alvarez, some top quality options from the bench there. And what I'm hoping for from this game is City are just going to turn up with our strongest 11 and play with the same intensity, the same mindset as what we had against Madrid, and no Pep Guardiola overthinking it, because Inter Milan are going to be going with that 5 at the back formation. Now, in terms of my score prediction, Champions League finals are normally very close. Both sides want to remain in the contest, and realistically, if there is to be a winner in 90 minutes, more than likely it's going to be 1-0 either way. Now, we lost to Chelsea 1-0 in the 2021 Champions League final. We want to make it second time lucky here. Not many teams win the Champions League final for the first time getting there, but lots of teams go on to learn from their mistakes and do it the second time, and I'm hoping that's going to be the case here for Manchester City, because Inter Milan, they're courageous, smart, decisive. They know what they're doing. They know with the dark arts as well. If they get a lead, they get something to sit on, they're going to be chucking themselves to the ground. It's going to be so difficult for Manchester City to get any momentum. So I think first goal, absolutely key. I think if this ends up being 0-0 and pretty tight going into the second half, I wouldn't rule out extra time and penalties. I don't think my heart can take penalties in a Champions League final. I think if City can find an opening goal, if we find it pretty early, I think City could go on to steamroll Inter Milan, which would be brilliant, which is if we score a first goal, we carry on building, try and get that second goal. If we get that second goal, keep pushing, keep going, try and get that third goal. And I think if City can find a goal in that first half, I think 3-0 Manchester City. And that's what I'm sticking to here for my score prediction. Bernardo Silva to score in the first half, later on in the first half, 3-0 Manchester City, and Erling Haaland to bag a couple of goals in the second half to send Manchester absolutely ballistic. Now, in terms of betting tips, I'm going for Martinez frustrated, yellow card anytime. I'm going for over 10 shots for Manchester City, Erling Haaland to bag anytime, and over 4 corners in the game for Manchester City is my betting tips for this game. Now, moving on to today's video sponsor, BetMate, last one of the season for me, £500 pot, £5 entry fee. Remember, download for free using my link in the description and use code JSGC10 on sign up. You get £10 in free bets, means you can join this pot for free, paying up to the top 30 places, 150 quid for the winner. Come and join it using code FF-UCL-FINAL, spelt out all in block capitals. Alternatively, right at the very top of the BetMate home screen, the Champions League pot. Go and join it, go and check it out. So, my team for the pot, I've got Ederson, and then I've got in my defence, DiMarco and Diaz. That's the only Inter representative, because I think City are going to win the Champions League. In midfield, I've got Bernardo, Silva and Kevin De Bruyne as my vice-captain, and up top I've got Jack Grealish and Erling Haaland as my captain. Happy betmating, everybody. Let's go. Looking forward to it, and it'd be nice to add some funds on there on top of what I'm hoping to be a very historic day for Manchester City. But please do remember, when the fun stops, stop. And if you are going to gamble, please gamble responsibly. Destiny, it awaits. The history books, they await. The world awaits. Nervous, anyone? Let's go and do this. We've worked hard all season. We've not done all this hard work to fall at the final hurdle again. Second time lucky. The big ears await. Gundo, I'm hoping around 10 p.m. BST, June 10th, Ilkay Gundogan in Istanbul is going to have his hands on the big ears, lifting it for Manchester City for the very first time. So to wish the very best of luck to Manchester City Football Club. This is the moment that everyone's dreamed of since they started following the club and following football. I started following City back in 2002, and never in my wildest dreams did I think Manchester City would solidify themselves as a fantastic Premier League team to win the Premier League, to win the domestic cups, to now sit here to potentially 90 minutes away from winning the Champions League trophy. It's what dreams are made of. And I cannot wait for this game. I'm excited because I think Manchester City are going to win the Champions League. Normally, I'm very nervous in such a big game. I'm not nervous because I know what this team can do. I've seen it in the Champions League this season, time and time again. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. And Manchester City, for me, are the toughest team out there. We've got some hard work already done, knocking out prestigious teams, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid. Get out of there. They're out. All thanks to Manchester City. Final hurdle, Inter Milan, 90 minutes. The players want it. The club want it. The fans want it. Go and make it happen. It's a proper date with destiny, this one. And ironically, looking at the history books, 2005, there was an English team facing an Italian team. Just so happened to be AC Milan, Inter's arch rivals, taking on Liverpool that day. Thought they had it in the bag, 3-0. They dropped it all in the second half. Liverpool went on to lift the trophy in Istanbul. Can we see another English team go on to beat an Italian team in the final and lift the trophy at the very same place that Liverpool staged a miraculous comeback? As I said, I don't want any comebacks. I don't want any penalty shootouts. I want Manchester City to get the job done in a clean, professional, comprehensive victory. And I am confident we can do so. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Score and team predictions. I want to thank everybody for watching. This is my final video that I'll be uploading before the Champions League final. I might have a couple of YouTube Shorts videos for you guys to look forward to. June 10th. Destiny, it awaits. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, 300 likes is the aim. We're ambitious. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. On that push to 30k subscribers, so any help towards that would be great. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, do go and check out my tips TikTok link. That's also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Also want to say a big thank you to BetMate for sponsoring this preview and all my previews throughout the season. Very much appreciated. These sponsors help to support the future content created here on my channel. Without them, these videos do not happen, so I'd appreciate anybody checking out BetMate. Remember, it is a free app to download. Use code JSGC10 on sign up and get yourself £10 in free bets. You can come and join the Champions League final pot. And I'll see you all again June 10th. My channel, link's already out. Go and set your reminder for it. It's been ran by my partner channels. JSGC is away as of right now. JSGC will be back June 18th. Link to the live watch along also on my channel. Go and set your reminders for that, and I'll see you then. Destiny awaits. Champions League final. Good luck, Manchester City. Bring it back to England. Come on. Peace. Ciao for now.